Alright, I'm back for a third video. I just got to tell the world and make a completion here. Again, Job just got so bad off, he didn't know who he was, and he just kept cooking himself in to destroy the world for 6,000 years. And this is the worst psychopath that could ever been purposely made to destroy humans from an outer spaceman. Now, this is what we're dealing with today, and he's been conflicting with me, and we've got it all. He can reason right. He has a good mind yet, and we worked out world peace. And for a moment, I'll show you again. He knows he divided the world wrong to get to fool the Eastern leaders and the whole Eastern Muslim religion that'll follow him to fight against the Christians, to destroy the world, actually, in their Quran, which is just a result of him understanding backwards through the criminal mind all the time. So the reverse is true. It's to make an all-Christian world again in one religion and fix the abortion law. And those are the two fundamental problems of the world now solved. And I'll give you a quick glimpse of this again. He made it. He divided the world. So Satan will always be leading the Muslims to wrongly destroy the world if he can get away with it. If he gets by me and he carries on to force the abortion law to be not fixed, because this is a set-up law for the world. It's got to be an all-Christian world. Otherwise, we'll all be warring. Muslim against Christian, for the higher guys of rule, for a spirit world to be made, which is all bullshit, because we can work together as all lightly, soft, and light-hearted people. All good people are made by Mother Nature, perfect before God, so it's straightened out. No reason to destroy an all good man's world, an all Christian world, actually made perfect. And here's the abortion law again to show you how he used it as a criminal mind to mess up and influence the abortion law so he can make all these wars and more in the future if he wants out of the abortion law, which is supposed to be God's law right here. So it's very important that these two things get done to establish world peace. And by doing both of these things, we break his back, we take all his power away, and saying he said he'll become Jehovah, he'll just correct his mind and retire in peace in the back of Pakistan, where he's been living for 6,000 years as a criminal holed up there. And you might say we really have cornered him as a dirty rat with all our work to make Christian democracies in the war and in the trouble that we have had the past 10 years in this war against evil. So we pushed him into the back corner there, and he came to me to work this all out and understand what he could not understand. And from the criminal mind, all the reverse of true is true of what we have talked about and ironed out in his mind that was wrong for the past 4.5 years and nearly 5 years now. So this has taken a long time for this super psychopath to understand how badly cooked in he was and how wrong he was to even think to destroy the world like a nutcase and even push on today. But he's so criminally insane. The most important thing people need to know right now is how delicate and how close we are to World War III and Jerusalem, in fact, being nuked first. If he just kills me out now, as the Al-Qaeda man with those Muslim criminals, still without a holy jihad up, and I do believe it was an assassination attempt on me, the second one time around. I'm lucky to be alive here. If he gets me killed out right now, he's going to fly home as a spirit and get the Pakistani government to nuke Jerusalem first, which is the heart of it all. And that's a backwards thinking mind and a real nutcase, because he got to hate the softies of Israel, thinking they were all ruined the worst. So he had it all backwards. Now we got to stop this guy, because if that goes to Third World War and a nuclear war in the East. People got to follow me. We got to work together, putting votes on this website, and even pushing Mr. Obama to declare world peace, because a year ago we sent them everything they needed to know to establish world peace. Even the peace speech, the plan, everything. And for the past year, I've been working my ass off to get the government, our government, to simply make this connection to me and create world peace. But they were so involved in politics, and I get no response from the CIA and the Pentagon and the president, because they appear to believe that there are no spirits in the world, when yet they are real. And he has the spirit army he started with after the Salvation Plan, with 40,250 pushing the Muslims of the East to destroy the West and creating wars in any way he could to destroy mankind. This army has dwindled down to about 13,000 left, and Jesus became a slave. He threw him in there as a slave, and he's an old man now. He's still alive, so we can save Jesus from this oppression too. And what this all amounts to is he has been oppressing the world since after the Garden of Eden, with all this backward stuff, starting with the women he thought were the source of evil, destroying his civilization. And the blacks he got to hate, and everybody got to hate, because that's the criminal mind. It's backwards thinking. They're hating everything outside of the prison of their own minds, into an evil-seeing juvenile. And it's just an unbelievable story, but it's true. And the juvenile gets inverted like a little 2-year-old child in his terrible twos, and all the hardened criminals are in that same kind of mind. They're stuck there in their wrong minds, with a madman lunatic ruling, which is why they become all hard asses and badasses and backwards here, and we got to lock them up. They're like the queers on the worst side of the mind versus the queers on the love side, love versus hate. And they don't get better, they just get worse, like Jehovah did. So if Jehovah kills me out, and appears what he's intending to do here, the next thing he's going to do, like I said, is run home and push the Pakistanis to push his big fucker bomb on Jerusalem. That's how bad-minded they get. Badass and delinquent, all evil. So we don't have Ahmadinejad to worry about. We have Pakistani's president who's ready to shoot this bomb, big bomb, and he has also collected there Russia's 75 nuclear suitcase bombs. That's where they disappeared to, because he planned to make a final stand against all of mankind and fool the Pakistani leader to shoot them all over the place and destroy the whole East. He's just so mad at the world. And yet, it's not our fault. It's his own fault. And I can't get him stopped. This is the problem. Who can understand the mind of a psychopath? He's a spirit who can get away with this in a 2-year-old mind, like a child who can't get out of his mind, and he's crying to mommy, something's wrong, where's daddy? And he's just hurting the children in the house and destroying the house. So the first problem is get this wrong mind off and get him into his good mind, correct it. But I can't convince him to do it. So the government, the president should bring me up there right now, or a witness protection program, because he has followed me around for 5 years. He's waiting for me to get killed out to fly home. And he'll follow me up there, and maybe I can get help from them guys to convince Joe, but personally, to stop what he's doing. Let's go to world peace now. This is our best hope. Okay, we're done.